So it's not just black men that do this. It happens on the other side of it too, where people do this thing where they look at look at people, look at celebrities, and you want to interject yourself into their lives. Like I got this, like it's like there's this big news flash. Hey, they don't give a fuck about y'all. Y'all ain't in their bed when they go home at night. I mean, like y'all making all these comments about all these things and all these long commentary post and long dissertations you're putting on Twitter about this stuff. These people don't care. They don't care. Yo, 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 yo. This is what's going on. This is DJ Brainstorm on the mic with you right now, coming to you not live and direct, but with Eulise for DMST Conversations. Eulise, how are you doing? How are you feeling?
I'm blessed, healthy, and wealthy per usual, and I am so excited every time you hit the yo, yo, yo. I just know it's about to be a time. So I'm blessed, healthy, and wealthy per usual. How you doing?
I'm good. Uh,
How was your week?
yeah. Hell, it's been what? It's been 2 weeks now, I think, since we recorded.
Yeah.
Because after we recorded, I hadn't had this out yet. So this is out on our YouTube, and I put it on our Facebook page. So it's in
Okay.
both places. So it went on Facebook first, but so it wasn't even out yet. And I think we recorded on a Wednesday last time too, and then me
Yeah.
and Dev recorded something on a Sunday after a Browns game. Um, and so like everything's out now. It took a minute to get through stuff. It took a minute to get through. We had to get new passwords for the YouTube and everything like that. So that's why I was late getting out there. So I ultimately wound up just putting it on Facebook first. And then so again, everything's on the YouTube now. And I'm starting to feel my way through, these different things now. But yeah, so it's been 2 weeks, but everything's pretty cool. I mean, I've been last weekend, I think was my first weekend. No, nope, the weekend before that. Like I was busy all of September from like that second to the last week in August or so, all the way through like the end of September. Like I was busy, like I was working, I was DJing basically every single weekend. I hadn't had one off really, except for like one.
Okay. So you said, let me hold something.
Uh, yeah, okay, yeah. These lights got to still get paid around here, but no. But I mean, I was thankful for it because I had a slow summer. I've talked about it before. And I felt like a lot of my stuff really didn't rebound after COVID. Like summer was always my busy season. Once May or so hit, I mean, every weekend it was something between weddings and people's cookouts that they're hiring me for or whatever other parties is going on. And so my summers have been kind of slower as of late. But I mean, so I was thankful for that, 5 week stretch where it was just like I was, 5 or 6 weeks in a row. I was just out there and having to work on couple of them was like all weekend long, or at least, Friday, Saturday or Saturday, Sunday. Um, so I was
Okay.
happy for it. Yeah, I was happy for it. But
Let's talk about that Tuesday gig.
yeah, see, and that's the thing. So the Tuesday gig is now every other week thing because we need bodies there. Um, we had a couple Tuesdays in a row, and I've been doing this since the end of February. We had a couple Tuesdays in a row where it was just dead in there, and I would guess that's the life of a bar or any type of place like that. You got some good nights and you got some bad nights, but we had a couple really, really slow nights. And so the owner said that she was going to drop it down to every other week. And I can't say anything other than we need bodies in there. I mean, and I don't blame her because, hey, you paying me what I've asked to be paid, for being there that amount of time. And she's been paying it. But if you don't have people in the place, you know, why are you paying me
So
that in a sense?
what's the next one now?
A week from Tuesday. So 'cause I was out there yesterday. So whatever date that is, hold
Uh,
on, let's look on the phone.
I
So
was
the
gonna
20
pull
the
up this
21st is
Tuesday.
the
I was gonna pull
21st
up
is the
this
next time
Tuesday
I'll be
because
out
I'm
there.
off on Wednesday. You
Yeah.
suck.
Yeah. So yeah, but I mean we need bodies in there. It's just and I was talking to Playboy earlier. Shout out to Playboy. But um it's I, I was telling the bartender that works there on Tuesdays, I don't take it personally that, you know, um I've been doing this since February, and there's a lot of people I know that just like that just don't pull up for whatever reasons. I know we've had this conversation with your comedy stuff before,
Oh,
how you
yeah.
can go back and look and see, people that you reached out to like the first time you did comedy, and it's like, oh, I'll be there, and it's however many years later now, and they still haven't been. I'm like, I've developed thick skin in the sense that it don't really bother me that there's some people that I know should have been there, because of our whatever connections we have or whatever, and they haven't been there because we did this podcast for 8 years. And like I know we used to have events that, I mean, hell, we talk about our pod and R&B a lot, but look, that was a dope event. And there are people I know that never came to a pod and R&B, and that was a dope event. There are people that I know. I mean, we did the Cleveland Comedy Festival 2 years.
Yeah, I
That
remember that.
shit was, I think, free. People wouldn't even get up, and just all you gotta do is come downtown and come support people with this big event that's going on in the city. So I don't even it don't even bother me at this point anymore that, it's just you keep it moving and you try to get people there. So like I said, it's every other week now. It's just R&B night. It's if you like R&B, I always say just pull up, hey, stop for a quick drink. You ain't got to chill for 3 hours. Hey, just stop in for a second, listen to some music for 20, 30 minutes or something. And be like, all right, I'm gonna keep it moving. But we got to get some bodies in there. Like I said, I'm not mad at the owner. She gonna do what she got to do.
Well, I mean, as an owner, I would definitely canvas the area. So, like, before I like, let's say, for example, like when I had Bliss,
Hmm.
I usually was able to get a nice, crowd in there, but people fail to realize the impact that it has when you go to those different businesses around your venue and talk to them. Hey, I got this going on at my bar, this and that, whatever. Put a couple flyers in the window,
Hmm.
make it real big. Tuesday, R&B night, whatever. May have a drink special, whatever, stuff like that or whatever. But you really have to like talk to people, talk to complete strangers, and a lot of people is not comfortable with that. Like your people, even when you let's say you own the biggest club or bar in Cleveland, nobody that knows you, how they know you, are gonna come out. Nobody. Like people who know me to be the silly coworker or the silly classmate don't come to my shows. And I've been making them laugh for free for years.
Hmm.
Because people just don't know you outside of how they know you.
Hmm.
It took my sister 7 years to come to a show. My sister,
Yeah.
who would
And
call me for this, who called me for that, like,
people
they
underestimate that aspect of it too. The fact that people only look at you in the eyes or in the way that they know you, just like you said. So it don't matter that we're doing this podcast and we've done these events and we've had people pull up from however many different states to pull up and chill with us, and it don't matter
mhm,
to them. They only see me as your brother or your cousin
yeah,
or your nephew or something like that, and it doesn't really connect with them. And my nephew has been doing streams on Twitch, which I didn't even know. He never even told me, but he was mad the other weekend and on Facebook ranting about the fact that nobody tunes into his streams and stuff like that. I'm looking like, first, I didn't even know you were doing it, but secondly, I told you years ago when you first started talking about wanting to do a podcast, that you are going to have to understand that nobody you know is going to support you. And it sounds harsh to say that, but nobody you know is going to support you. Now, obviously, there are going to be some people that is always going to pull up. Shout out to people like Titan, who comes all
man,
the time to
yeah,
every single thing.
and
But
James,
yeah, oh
yeah,
yeah, yep, he used to be there all the time. Yeah,
mhm,
but my thing is, but they're the people you expect to. Hey man, I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna be there. They won't. Like they won't. And it took me a long time of doing a podcast and realizing that, hey, these people from Detroit fuck with us. Damn, these people from Indianapolis, fuck. Damn, this nigga down here in Houston really fuck with us hard. Man, these people out here in Cali be listening to the show. They be commenting, they be sharing. It took me a minute to realize that the people that was in all these other different states and things like that was the ones rocking with us so much harder. And I was like, oh, you gotta let that go. It took a while, but
it's complete strangers
mm-hmm,
that literally only know me as comedian Eulise Dickerson that have driven through blizzards. I'm talking about whiteouts to see my
mm-hmm,
shows.
mm-hmm.
Like, those are your people. You gotta find your people.
Yeah,
And,
that's the biggest thing.
you water that garden of people who really support what you're trying to do. Like, I was talking to a friend earlier, and I was like, I always believed that I was horrible at sales until I had a product that I could believe in, and that was my comedy. That's the reason why I sell out over and over and over and over again
Mhm.
because I've learned how to market me. I've learned my target audience. I'm not that caught up on people who know me and, people could owe you money and still won't tune in to DMST podcast.
Mhm.
Well, you can lay in your bed. Listen, you can lay in your bed and just click the freaking link I shared
Yeah.
and just
Yeah.
be a viewer. You could just be a viewer.
And that goes a
People
long way.
don't even
The a
listen.
like goes a long way. A
A
share
share,
goes a
a share is
long way.
free,
Yeah.
and that's
All
one
of it
thing
is
about
free.
like, if you can't come to the show, I need you to share this flyer
Mhm.
because somebody is available and
Mhm.
probably looking for a comedy show.
Mhm.
Because I've had so many people say, "Hey, I seen your flyer on this such and such or whatever, and that's the reason why I put up. You funny." I'm telling them you like I've had people say that to me.
Mhm. Yeah, and like you just said, that's free. And it goes a long way for people who are doing content, content creators. It goes a long, long way. But again, I just learned a long time ago to just not take it personally. You
Mhm.
keep it moving. You keep it moving, and then no matter what, if you truly love doing something, you're gonna do it anyway. It don't matter, it don't matter if it's 5 people there or 5,000. You're gonna keep doing it no matter what.
And listen, I'm telling you, if you keep the main thing, and be consistent. Consistency over time kills
Mm-hmm.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be consistent.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point of the game, I'm quality over quantity. Like I've probably done the least amount of comedy shows this year and made the most money.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't talking about like by a small margin. I'm talking about like when you get paid, like I've done 15 and 30 minutes for free,
Mm-hmm.
maybe $25. I've also done 5 minutes of comedy, had a bar tab, got paid like almost 250, $300 something like that, whatever. Had food and shared the stage with one of the most influential like comics that has come into the Cleveland area for 5 minutes. Got all that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a quality over quantity type person or whatever now to where I know what I got. I know what I got in my hands.
Yeah, but it takes a while to graduate to that point, because I'm still the same way. I mean, I'm that way with DJing too, because I'm in a position where like DJing doesn't have to pay my main bills. So
That's the
I don't have
blessing.
to sit there and say, "Oh, I gotta take this because if I don't take this, we don't eat this week." No, I got a
Mhm.
I got a main job. I work 40 hours a week, and I get paid a decent amount there. So I can DJ. I get the right to be picky. As much as I'm talking about my summers being slow, sometimes my summers are slow because I'm really picky about stuff. Because if I don't feel like I'm going to have a good time doing your event, I'm not going to do it because it's my time, it's my equipment, and I'm just not going to roll up to anything just to get a paycheck. Just to get however much I'm going to charge you
Quality over
for it. So
quantity.
yeah, and so I'm blessed to be in that position also. Um, but it's like you said, quality over
You
quantity.
realize your worth when you can say no. When you first start
Hmm.
saying, "Nah, I don't think Imma do," like, it's certain things I will never, like, I don't care if it's a Netflix special, just certain people I will not share stage with. It just certain things I'm just not on because all money ain't good money, all opportunity ain't good
Yeah.
opportunity,
Yeah.
and if it
Yep.
don't sit right with my heart, I'm good. I don't
Yep.
care what it is.
I feel you on that one. And so
Like,
so how was
cause
your oh, I'm sorry.
go ahead.
No, I was about to say, so how was your 2 weeks? I went off on my
Oh,
little tangent
yeah.
and stuff. I didn't even ask you
Man,
about your 2 weeks.
I've worked like crazy, but in the last 2 weeks, I was off for my show. The comedy potluck competition is a comedy competition I produced, and it's called the potluck because basically the
And
admissions
that's
make
the
the
event
pot
that's
for the
coming up on the
winners.
25th, right?
And the second round,
Okay.
and DJ
Let's
Brainstorm
talk
will be
about
one of my
this. Let's
judges.
talk about this. Yes,
So
talk
that's
about this.
exciting. Um, it's three comics, four judges, and a performer. And when I tell you, I keep it so concise that I don't want that event to be more than an hour.
Mhm.
And I kept it like that. Once it was done, people didn't leave the venue until almost midnight.
Alright, so what's the
So
premise of it?
it's a at the potluck everybody eat. So
Mhm.
comics, you know what I'm saying? They get the pot divvied up or whatever. I pay my judges, I pay my performers, and even when you buy a ticket, you're entered into an automatic raffle to where I raffled off a drink, I raffled off a food item, and I raffled off 4 tickets valued at $100. So she got 2 VIP tickets to the next one in October, October 25th, Saturday, 7 p.m. at the 4 Bistro in South Euclid. And then I also gave her 2 tickets to a show that I have out in November 7th.
Okay.
So that was $100 worth of tickets that she got because of the potluck. Everybody, I wanted to raffle up some more stuff, whatever. I felt like Oprah, like,
Like
but
yeah, yeah, yeah.
um, and so general admission is $10, VIP is 25. You get priority seating and 2 complimentary drink tickets. But it is a time, it is a vibe. Like I was like we all was like having so much fun. I didn't even get a chance to say bye to everybody and hug and take pictures and really. I mean, we ended up doing karaoke after a while. Like we was there literally like 4 hours, 3 hours.
Mhm.
Yeah, 4 hours after the event was over. And that's one
So
thing that I want to do is make it to where this is like your pregame for the weekend, to where you come get a good show in, get a good performance, and do whatever you want for the rest of the night. And most people want to kick it with us, and we have fun.
so the comedy potluck, is that your brainchild? That was your event that you came up with and you thought of? Okay, so
Yeah,
what was the is there was there a special thought process behind it that made you kind of be like, that when it popped into your head, or is it something like how did you get to that point?
I was kind of, I ain't gonna lie, I was just pissed off at everybody treating comedy like a cash grab. Because
Mhm.
everybody wants comedy at their venue because they know it brings traffic, they know it makes money. But a lot of people who produce shows is only looking at the benefits. Comics don't even walk away with what they deserve, bringing out so many people. I know I've had, like when I was at Bliss, I had this one girl. Her name is Shara Richardson, I believe. Shara, and she packed out Bliss, literally packed out Bliss before we even started the open mic. It's an open mic.
Mhm.
She packed it out. I've never, like, she will always be a night that's a stain in my brain. I've never had somebody order bottle service at an open mic. What? Like her people was like, "Hey, can we get a bottle? Yo want bottle
Mhm.
service at an open mic?"
Mhm.
Even the owner was like, "Huh? Make that money." But I was just like tired of comics not getting what they worth.
Okay.
Like a lot of times when you sell tickets, you don't see any money from selling tickets. You just get a flat rate. You're doing all this time, and I was just like, I need something from my people. You know what I'm saying? These people are funny. These people pack out shows, and I'm talking about we sold out the Four Bistro with regular people. There was not a comic there. Not to mention that it was like 4 or 5 different other events. I think 3 of them was like comedy shows in other parts of Cleveland, and
Mhm.
we still sold out with regular people.
Okay.
Regular people. And I wanted it to be where everybody involved get a piece of the pot. It's a potluck. Everybody eat.
Okay.
So I pay my judges. It's an easy, you know, job. You just, sit there being a spectator. And I also
Mhm.
made sure that my celebrity judges are non-comics. That way, there's no bias.
Okay.
And it makes a great opportunity for people to do like their best of the best in a compact like 10-minute set. It's 3 comics, so it ain't a lot of up and down with the momentum of the show. It flows 3 performer, done, not so winner, whatever, we good. An
Okay.
hour of quality come outside.
Yeah.
And this
And stuff
month,
like
I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, you go ahead.
So last month I had Envy Jazzo perform, rocked it, killed it. Shout out to Envy Jazzo. I've been rocking with that girl for years now. Like such a fire artist. Like she can sing, she can rap, dance, because she be throwing it. And she
Mhm.
just did like 2 or 3 songs with like Crazy Bone and Lazy Bone up on Thugs and Harmony. She's been battleground champion. She a lot of things, what I'm saying? Fire artist. This month I have Esther Fitz, who stay booked up. I was surprised I was able
Mhm.
to get on her calendar. She stay booked. I mean, she will literally send out a post of 25 shows in a 30-day calendar. Like she stayed booked. Beautiful voice, beautiful, just beautiful all the way
Mhm,
around, whatever. Chocolate just
mhm,
um so I got her performing this month and I had Timbuktu. Stephanie Jadisi, don't get me messing up that girl last name. I'm gonna ask her day of show what how is it?
mhm,
Stephanie and Rob Coleman. And it's crazy because Robert Coleman was supposed to be in September's round. But he said, I can't because if I win this next round of the World Series of Comedy, I'll be in Vegas that weekend. And I said, you know what? We claiming your victory already. The World Series of Comedy is literally a event they hold pretty much the whole year, and they do all of these different virtual comedy contests,
mhm.
and you fly out for the finals. He was on this list with people from California, Vegas, and everything like West Coast heavy, right? Very few people from the Midwest. Not only was he very few from the Midwest, he won first place. So he is the
That's what's up.
champion of the World Series of Comedy. Like, so of all the comics that entered this contest across this nation, he is number one. And he is going to be performing Saturday, September 25th. One of my very, very good friends and mentors, Rob Coleman.
That's
So
what's
when
up.
I tell you, I love the fact that I'm able to like collectively get these quality people in under one roof for an hour at a price point of $10, 25 for VIP.
Mhm.
I'm thinking of all of the wins I can collect when I do stuff. It's a win for the
Yeah,
comics, win for the judges, win for the performers, win for the venue.
yeah, and that's one of them things too, like, Cleveland needs a little bit more of these events like this where it's just organic and kinda homegrown, and on top of that, people really need to support these things,
Mhm,
because it's easy to just go to whatever artist is in town, go to their concert or, you know, whatever, put whatever name on it or whatever. Even for the people who are in town and they do events, but they're in that middle circle of people who are it's like there's like an in circle of people in Cleveland.
oh, yeah.
And as long as you're in that circle, you're good. Don't matter what kind of event you do, people gonna pull up. Um, but there needs to be people that actually go and support these kinda Imma call them like indie type of events,
Mhm,
but it's just people do quality stuff at times, and I know it takes marketing, it takes you to put it out there so that people know, but this also goes back to your friends and your family, the people that even if they don't come, they should take your flyers and they should share them or
mhm.
they should tell some friends about it and things like that because these events are good events. Again, just like our pod and R&B, I'ma say it all the time. What do we do? 8 of them as a whole?
Man, we
That
gotta
was
we
a
gotta we gotta do one in 2026. I ain't gonna
yeah,
even say
we
2025,
have
but we
to.
need to do one in
We
2026.
have to.
And
Playboy
Imma
was
wait.
texting me Playboy was texting me like, "Yo, we really should do one." And I'm like, "Yeah." I mean, like, we know it. Like, we I think all 4 of us know that we should do a pod and R&B. To be honest, I've talked to everybody obviously individually because I talked to everybody in between doing shows or phone conversations and everything like that. Everybody's down to do one. We probably all just need to meet for lunch or something one day and just be like, "Hey, let's go sit and have some food real quick and let's just talk about something like this and how it could happen." Um, those events were dope. I mean, they were really, really dope. I mean, and
Like,
and
it was such a special like combination of conversation and music
and
and
music.
vibes and just
Mhm.
it I mean, when you and Playboy would get behind the fucking DJ booth and keep the party going, like we literally shut down not because people was leaving, but because we had to close the venue.
Yeah.
Because if we
Yeah.
would have been able to stay there longer and really like kick it, ain't no telling what time we would leave.
Yeah. And it was a time or two that we left from the spot and took the party back to the studio
Yep.
and, kicked it up there. So it's needed. I'm guessing it's probably going to be in the works. I mean, it's like you said, it's October now. I don't know if it's going to happen um, here in 2025, but I don't see any reason why it can't happen in 2026. So we'll see. It's nothing like getting dressed. It used to be such a dope thing seeing people come in
Man, and
dressed
then we
up.
never told ev we
People
never
used to
told
get
each other what we
clean.
was wearing. We never
Yeah.
told each other where we went, and for us to
Not
come so
and not
coordinated all the
and
time.
not even just yeah, and not even just us. I mean the people that came to the
Yeah,
events. Like it was
yes,
we didn't tell people they had to dress up, but
but
once
they
people
did.
came and saw what we did, people started getting dressed and coming.
Yeah,
It's like the Jeezy thing that was going on with his tour with the orchestra and how everybody was getting clean, pulling up to the Jeezy concert. People was pulling up to our pod and R&B like that. I want people to understand that. I'm not saying that people was coming up in three-piece suits or anything like that, but
but they was
people
very
was getting
dapper.
dressed. Yeah, people was getting dressed and coming in to our small little podcast event. Um, and
I
so
would say
again, I
small
miss it.
little because it was a couple times people had to sit in the hallway, so
Oh yeah, I
it
bet.
was
Oh,
not
it was
small.
yeah. We had times that it was standing room only.
Yeah,
Multiple times it was standing room
yeah.
only. Just being honest, and I appreciate the people who again, just having this conversation earlier, I appreciate the people who got in a car and drove 3 hours, or they drove 4 hours, or they drove 5 hours. And, you did that so you can pull up to an event. I mean, people did that and chilled one night, came to the event, kicked it, and then was back on the road going home. And that shit is love right there, man. And so, um, I would say it's probably in the works, but we'll see how it all plays out. I do
First of all,
want to
everybody
do
said we
this.
gonna do it, we gonna fucking do it. Ain't no backstepping now. We already got the yes, and I'm pretty sure out of the four of us, five of us, six of us, seven of us, whoever, there's more
We'll
votes
make
of
it work.
yes than no.
Yeah, we'll make it work. I do want to do this too, as I put it in my notes. I wanted to say this to you. I want to make sure I gave you your flowers because with the way everything happened by the time when you had left the show and things like that, you know, you have kept so many things moving. And like in talking about this event that you're doing now, and none of this stuff is easy. People that don't plan events, I mean, I know people might have a party or something, and that's one thing. But when you planning an event, that is a totally different mountain to climb and a totally different monster. Um, and you keep moving. You keep moving with your comedy, but like, I'm really, really impressed, like, with the event because it's just that's why I was asking you, like, if it was just your idea and things like that. And it's not saying that you're not capable. That's definitely not what I'm doing. But what I'm saying is, you know, to keep it moving, like I admire people that don't sit there and be like, yo, I'm a sit in this space of whatever's going on because it's easy to do. It's easy for us to get into these spaces where so many things are going on with life that we let it take us over and we let it consume us, and we almost kind of shut down in a sense, But I've seen you keep moving and you keep doing your thing out here and you keep coming up with events and you keep doing all these things. And so I really want to make sure I gave you your flowers for that because we done pulled up to little stuff that you've done. And I'm saying little stuff, but I'm just, we've put up to some comedy things. We've put up when you did your comedy celebration. What was it, the 10-year comedy celebration? And
Yeah, my
me and
special. Y'all
Felicia
was at my
pulled up.
special. Y'all
Yeah.
was at my
But yeah.
celebratory brunch.
Yeah.
Y'all done put up some things. My birthday. Y'all put up on my
Yeah.
birthday.
We did that too. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah. But
wow.
again, the fact
I
that
gotta
you
give
keep
y'all a fan
moving,
T-shirt. Like I gotta get y'all a T-shirt with my face on
you
it.
got to give us something, God damn it. But no, but
Thank
seriously,
you though.
the
Thank you.
the
Thank
fact that
you.
you
Thank
keep
you.
moving and it's just like, all right, we get two decisions in life with a lot of major things that go on. It's going to attack us and take us down, or we going to face that shit head on and we going to keep moving. And you choose to keep moving a lot of, with most of this. And so it's not to say that people don't have bad days, it's not to say that life don't kick our ass, or sometimes when you down, life will keep kicking your ass when you down. And you're like, well, goddamn, I'm just trying to get up. Not even get to my feet. You're just trying to get to your knees, at some point. It does that. But again, you keep moving and you keep putting things together and you keep pressing forward. And I just want to make sure I told you that on wax on the pod and said, yo, I want to make sure that I gave you your flowers because it's a lot of people that won't keep doing it. It's a lot of people that stuff will knock them down and you won't hear from them again, you know? And so I just want to make sure I did that.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that more than you know. And it's so crazy because this time 2 years ago, I had unexpectedly lost my job. And so I was selling out shows because I had to. Like I needed to pay bills. And it's so crazy because I do deal with a lot of stuff and I don't even take the time to reflect on it. Like My mom had a major heart attack at the beginning of July, and unless I told you, a lot of people didn't even know. And it's so crazy
Mhm,
because when I posted about it, out of everything I posted, that went viral. It
mhm,
reached 28,000 accounts when I posted about my mom. Like, people who don't even follow me. It's like, I'm praying for her. I'm like, who is you? Thank you, boy. It
mhm,
was crazy. It was so crazy. And the whole reason why I'm even doing comedy is because of my mom. And
mhm.
it's so crazy. Like, and it puts a conviction on me so heavy because it's like, God damn it, hit the fucking mark. Like, make it so she see you. You started doing this when she was in good health. Make it to where she can see you and she can, hopefully no time soon. But to where she can have a peace of mind that I'm okay.
Mhm, mhm.
And that's the reason why, like, I people who support me, you have like you think you're just coming to a comedy show when really you're giving me and putting me in position to show my mom I'm gonna be okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
I get that.
it's more than just supporting a comedy show.
No, I get it. Yeah, and keep
Ah,
pushing because
this is not the podcast I want to have.
no, but no, yeah, I get it. But I know, like I said, I really want to make sure I gave you your flowers on that because it's, you know, everybody, there's a lot of people out there doing a lot of things. You and Corlicia just had brunch the other weekend, what, a
Oh,
week
so
ago
fun too.
Sunday, and y'all were at a spot where, Curvy CEO, she was doing the brunches, but she was
Happy
doing that
belated
at,
birthday. Her
yeah.
birthday was yesterday too.
Okay. And so she was doing the brunches at down at Pure, but she's
Hmm.
not doing them there anymore, right? So it's like,
She's
so
headed to
she's
Africa.
kept it, yeah, so she's keeping it moving. Like I said, it's
Yeah.
just, and I think about that with myself a lot of times, how I used to really be creative in my thought process and coming up with ideas. I mean, Pod and R&B
Still
was
do.
birthed from a place of me being like, okay, I've saw this before. Maybe we can try to do this. And then I'm talking to Playboy and Dev as we walking out the studio one day, and literally from the time that we started talking about it in the studio to walking out, so we for a few minutes walking out to the elevator, which is right across our door, obviously
Hmm.
downstairs. By the time we got to the loading dock, and I'm like, ah, man, so that's my idea, but I don't really know how we can make it work. And Dev looked right at me. It was like, shit, nigga, that's the idea. Like, that's it. Like,
And
that's
literally
it.
within like a week, we was promoting it.
I mean, and then before we knew it, we had the spot and every single thing. And it's just like, and I feel like I used to be way more creative than that at a different time in a different lifetime where, this is not to say because I got married or anything like that. So don't take it that way. But like in a point of time where I came home and it was just me. And so it was a empty place. And so my whole life was you work and you home and whatever hours you got at the crib is your time outside of everything else. And I feel like my mind at times was more active then. And it's not to say that it can't be as active now. Again, that's not what I'm saying. But, I used to live in a space that was way more creative. My mind was always like, hey, right, we can do this for the pod. Hey, this is a topic. Hey, we can do this for this kind of event. And it's like my mind just doesn't do that anymore. Maybe it is because I got other stuff that's going on. That's real life stuff. But we really got to make sure we find those times that we really still get into those things that's for us. And it don't matter what it is. If you're creating something or if you just have a passion about something, like you really got to still find those times to do that because we give 40 hours a week to a job, at least most of us, at least a job that if we was to whatever tomorrow, they would replace us within a week.
With 2
So
people.
yeah, yeah. So it's like, we give all this energy to other people and other places, and we don't give it to ourselves. And we got to do a better job of actually believing in ourselves more and giving ourselves that grace, that energy, all those things. I've been trying to do something for October, which I've been failing at a little bit, but it's called 30 minutes for 30 days. And it's taken 30 minutes every day. And I know there's 31 days in October, but I decided I want to do it in October. But it's taking 30 minutes a day to just think about something that you want to do. It's not saying you got to solve it all in that 30 minutes, but it's like almost like building blocks adding on to it. So
Invest in
let's
the 30
say
minutes.
yeah, yeah, it's just 30 minutes for 30 days, and I'm like, I thought that was a dope concept, and like I said, I'm kinda failing. I think I've missed a few days, but a couple of days, not a few, just a couple. But yeah, I'm doing that right now where it's just every night for 30 minutes, I don't care if it's a YouTube video about the topic that I'm thinking about, or if I need to pick up the laptop and research some things on again, I'm not gonna solve it today, but for 30 days, I'm just focusing on this one thing, and I think we all could do better with stuff like that.
And you know what's so crazy? We are so mentally, I guess, mentally constipated. I don't know why constipated came to
Mhm.
my mind, but it did. We are so mentally constipated with all of the things that we could be doing, should be doing, while at the same time doing nothing.
Ain't
Like
that
when
the
you are
truth?
flooded with so many options, it literally becomes debilitating
Mhm,
because you don't know how to prioritize. Because I ain't gonna lie, my house look like shit. I'm glad that this camera is right here. I don't
mhm.
even have on bottoms. I got on a blanket.
Jesus,
And
that's
my
an
house
overshare.
looks eh, subjective, but my house look like shit. And I'm off until
Wouldn't that be
Monday.
what if this was the episode that goes viral, and it's like, "Oh, it goes viral, she wasn't even wearing bottoms."
And guess what? There's a lot of people that's watching this right now as I say it, ain't
To
got
be
on
right,
bottoms.
yeah, they probably are. Yeah, yeah,
Hey, look,
yeah.
you stand up. Let's do a challenge. You got on bottoms?
Yes. My
Okay.
goodness. I don't I don't
You
live
like, first
alone,
of
but
all,
my
if I
goodness.
did have on bottoms, I'm not gonna stand up. I'm a married
Yeah.
man.
Yes, I have them on, you know what I'm saying? I ain't about to take a chance of this camera falling down.
That's why I got a blanket. But
Nah.
Um, but I'm off until Monday and I'm really like going to do some deep cleaning, some organizing, and I really have a challenge, like you said, 30 minutes a day, right? For 30 days.
Mhm,
For
mhm,
30 minutes, I'm gonna invest in my household. Because I don't care
mhm.
what nobody say, your house is a reflection of your life. And although it's highly functional, my life is highly functional, it's still chaotic. And one thing
Yeah.
I want to do is actually finish unpacking. I've been here almost 3 years. I'm not
I
fully
think that's
unpacked.
insane. I think that's insane. But I will say this, like, you are absolutely right. There was somebody I knew in a previous life that would always say your space represents your life. So, like, if your space was always thrown around and there was stuff every single where, that was going to be your life. So it was
Mhm.
like organize your space. It was almost like it was just like a metaphor for your life. And I thought about that for a while. And it's like it probably is some truthfulness in that because I always say I live like my basement, which is where I kind of live in my house there is stuff in different places. Like it's mostly organized. If Carlicia came down here, she would probably move stuff around a little bit more. But it's organized. It's not stuff on the floor and all types of things like that. But I've noticed that when I got a bunch of clutter on the couch and it's on my nightstand in front of the TV, or well, not the nightstand, but the TV stand, it's like you do feel better when you take everything and you be like, "You know what? Let me clean this up. Let me just put all this in the places it's supposed to
It's
go."
a
And you sit
frequency.
down Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's like washing something that's dirty and you look at it, it's like, "Ah, that looks so much." It's like when I get my car washed and it's
Uh,
dirty and I get it clean and now it's beaming in the sun and all that stuff. It makes you feel so much better.
mhm.
And so I agree with that wholeheartedly. Like you keep your spaces clutter free. Like that's a representation of your life. Yeah.
And I seen this one video. I think it was like somebody in the military, like a Marine, talking to a college graduation ceremony. He said the
Mm.
first thing you do when you get out of bed is make it up. That way you start your day
Yeah,
with
I
a
fail at
victory.
that. I
Listen, so
fail at
so
that.
you start your day with a victory. And I've
Mhm.
done it ever since I seen that video. I don't even care if I just throw the covers back on like the bed.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
still
I've
it
done
still
that at
has to
least.
be
Yeah,
some type
yeah,
of effort of
yeah,
made.
yeah,
So that way, at the end of the day, no matter how hard the day was, you have a comfortable bed that's made up to lay in.
yeah. But in my defense, usually when I got out of bed, Carlicia's still in bed. I usually get up and start earlier, work earlier
Oh,
than her. So I can't like just make it up. But I get the premise of it
yeah.
though. It's just, you know, it's it's cool to pull the covers back on the bed that's been
Yeah,
made up. But
yeah.
I also hate it. I've always hated making a bed since I was a kid. Why am I making up
Really?
something I'm just gonna mess up at the end of the day? Every
No,
day.
I make up my
Every
bed. I don't care. Listen,
It's the same thing as pillow all the 55,000 pillows on the bed. Why the hell am I putting all these pillows on the bed
I
that
don't
you just
have
want to pull
55,000
up?
pillows.
Yeah, I'm just saying. So it's the same premise to me.
But I should get some accent pillows. Oh my god. Listen, being a female and realizing, like, the little in and outs of feminism, whatever, is
Yeah,
so
I don't feminism. I'm gonna have to Google that one.
listen, I am not a fully
Feminism.
functional adult, let alone a fully functional woman, and I just thought about it, I can get a couple pillows that match my bedding just to have, like, 1
Hmm.
or 2 accent pillows that would make
Yeah, yeah.
the bed look really, really, really nice. I just
More
thought
power
about
to
that. I'm
y'all.
like, "Oh, that's
It's
dope."
it's a waste of time to me. It's a waste of money. Like even on our couch upstairs, we got like 39 pillows on the couch. I'm looking like we don't need 39 pillows on this couch at all.
It's so crazy because I only got, like, 4 pillows on this couch. It
No,
was
our
a
couch came with a
doorbuster,
bunch of them. Mm-mm.
and I feel like I'm missing 2 pillows, but then I don't know. Those might
What,
have
you
been
think
the
somebody
only
took them?
pillows. Huh?
You think somebody took them, or they just didn't give them to you when you bought the couch?
I don't remember because when I got the couch, I could have sworn I gotta look at pictures when I had the couch delivered.
How
But,
many how
I could
many
have sworn I
drunken
had
parties
another
have you had at
pillow.
your place?
Not this one. Nobody has been over here like that. I still have not had, like, a little gathering for real. I have
Hmm.
not, and I want to. And I wanted to do it while the weather was still good, but what if?
It happens, man. We were in
The
this
way
house.
my downstairs is structured is, like, either you can sit on the couch, which I got, like, a nice section of, probably could sit, like, 3 comfortable, 4 technically, and we could watch TV, or we could be around the corner at the table playing cards or whatever, but it's like you can't host both. Like, it's not, like,
Hmm.
open like that.
Okay.
So I always kinda, like, overthought that, whatever, like, at the best we could do is, like, have music, so where you don't have to necessarily see the TV, but we could just, like, have music and playing cards or whatever, but,
Yeah.
um
I wouldn't feel bad that you haven't had anything. We were in this house for a year before we literally had like a actual like we never even had like a housewarmer to be honest.
yeah,
Um
that's what I wanted.
yeah, we never even had a housewarming. I mean, we a couple times my brothers came through stuff like that, but we never had like a all right, we having this big housewarming party and all these things.
Yeah,
Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm.
and it's a
Like
nice house.
last
I remember y'all was offering me dinner or some type of meal that y'all was cooking, I was like,
oh yeah, the first time you came through, yeah, we were
yeah.
cooking. Yeah, we were
I just
what
felt
were we
like it's
cooking
too
that day?
soon. It's too soon. Like, I don't wanna
Stop
get
it.
used to this. It's too soon.
Stop it. Stop it. You know, but I mean, it's weird because like I don't. Yeah, we should have had a better. I've had in May of last year. I did a barbecue at the crib, have some family over and stuff like that, and then that was damn near it. Other than her family coming up and visiting a lot until May of this year, we did have my aunts. I had all my aunts and uncles over. So that was essentially almost like the housewarming. That was like the big family thing. Had all my
Aw,
aunts and uncles over, and then I mean, even November, we had a lot of her family up here for Thanksgiving. So that, but like it was still kind of segmented. Like I had all my aunts and uncles over in May. And then, her mom and stepdad came up. So it was like, so basically everybody was here then. Um, and then I had a cousin's day here in August. We had it, or end of July, we had a cousin's day here. So that's it. But I haven't had like a thing where I just invited like my friends over and it's like maybe for New Year's, I'll just tell everybody, hey, come through and we'll sit here and we'll
I'll
chill. Cause
bring some
I
crown
don't,
apple.
yeah, cause I don't go out on New Year's. New Year's is I don't do the streets.
I think I've been out one time for New Year's. I went to Rumors, like, 2016 or something like that,
Hmm.
and it was actually fun. It was no drama, it wasn't nothing crazy or whatever. It actually was just fun, and they was, like, giving out, glasses of champagne at midnight, and, like, everybody was just, like, kicking. It was an all-black affair. It was really, really nice.
Hmm. That's what's up. Yeah, I haven't really been out in the streets to kick it on New Year since I was living in the South, and I went out and um we kicked into Savannah one night, Savannah, Georgia. But that was the last time. I'm either gonna be in doing something with people or I'll be home by myself. I that ball gonna drop and it's gonna be a new day no matter what. If I'm in or out or home by myself or what, it don't matter.
I think this year Imma spend it under my table eating grapes with red panties on.
Is that supposed to mean something, or you just
Yes.
I don't know, because I mean,
So
people.
you're supposed to eat 12 grapes so that way you have, I guess, love or luck for the new year, and then you wear red panties if you single, so that way you're not single for the whole year. I don't know about under the table, but that's what you're supposed to do.
I mean,
I
I've
do
heard
have
the
one
stuff.
I do have one superstition that I'm really adamant about, and my mom gave this to me or whatever. On New Year's Day, of course, you cook pork for progression because the pig roots forward. Don't eat no chicken because it scratches back. Greens for money. Black eyed peas for luck. Um,
So I've heard those things. I didn't know why, but I've
no
heard
laundry on
those
the first because
things.
you don't want to watch nobody out your life. And then a man has to be the first one to walk through your door.
Okay, that's way too much. I don't care about all that. God damn it. It's you know what I do on New Year's right now, especially being married now, we cook on New Year's. So I'll do wings and things like that, like, maybe 2, 3 different flavors of
Oh,
wings.
yeah, I'm gonna eat it
And I'll
before
do
11:59.
yes, I'm saying, yeah, I do it, whatever. I will do like potato skins. Corlicia might make some like some buffalo chicken dip, things like that. And we'll just eat on New
Party
Year's Eve. We'll
food.
party. Yeah, party food. So we might play some games, and then that's it. We watch the ball drop.
Do y'all
That's
kiss when
it.
the ball drop?
I mean, at some point we do. At some point we don't it ain't like, okay, 12 o'clock, and I don't I come on now. I don't think it's like 12 o'clock and as soon as it hits 12 we just kiss. But I mean, maybe a little bit after that. Yeah. Yeah, maybe a little
12:01?
bit after that. Yeah, maybe a little bit after. Yeah. Yeah.
Just because you want to be a tyrant?
No, just because it's just, I mean,
I do call my
I don't know.
mom and let her be the first one I talk to though,
Mhm. That makes sense.
but
That makes sense.
not too
Alright,
many
we
rituals. I mean, the holidays. What?
no, go ahead.
Plus, the holidays is coming up or whatever, and it's just that time of year where you kind of like want to have some indoor like good times because you got the Super Bowl
Uh-huh.
coming up, then you got Halloween. Y'all call it Thanksgiving. I just say that one day because I'm half Native American, so I'm disrespected twice. Hate that day.
Mm-mm.
Thanksgiving. And then Christmas and New Year's. And then the biggest holiday to start off 2026, my birthday,
Gonna say
January
your
7th.
birthday. Yeah. I knew you was gonna say your birthday.
It's the first full week of the year. You cannot have
Mhm.
a good year without me.
That's what we'll be going with this year.
It's so funny because 2020, when COVID hit, I think it was like March. And so I posted a video from like my birthday. It said, see, y'all had an opportunity to start the year off right.
Mhm.
And y'all could have kicked it with my birthday. Now y'all in the house.
Man, 2020 was a crazy, crazy year.
Yeah. That's when I met
Crazy,
y'all.
crazy year. Yeah. Um, yeah. In 20 yeah, later
September.
in the year because
Yep.
we were in our regular studio still in March because we actually had shut our studio down when they had kind of shut the city down. Like, so
Uh-huh.
that's when we started doing the show online and just doing our phones and however Dev had set it up and we would all go live and do that. Yeah, we had shut our studio down for about a month before we kind of went back in there. It was like, all right, we'll just go in and we'll go do our thing. Um, and I guess it was later in that year that
September.
yes, later in that year when we moved into the studio. Yep.
Yep.
Mhm. Studio number 2. Okay. So
And
I was saying
then
that, oh, go
shortly
ahead.
after that, we did the concert. So I did the comedy show up there,
Probably that was about January, I think. January of 25, I think.
probably.
We Facebook took all of our live videos off. They for whatever reason Facebook got rid of all their past live videos.
And you know what's
So
so
every
crazy? These apps do not have memory. Like you know how our phone, like we have to pay for memory. Like because I went back to some old posts, especially ones that I know had a lot of interactions with them, and none of the comments are under these posts.
yeah, they
The sound
they
has
blew
been
me with that.
removed from a lot of my old posts. The sound, there's no sound on the videos. I'm just like,
Mhm.
do y'all need to buy more storage?
I mean, you got all these people that's on it. I mean, I get it, but like I said, they got rid of all of our live posts, so we couldn't even go back and see the comedy thing that we did. That was the first live thing we did in the studio. The
Yeah,
your comedy
Dev had
thing.
just repainted it, like all that. We just
Yeah, we
changed
did
everything
that.
around.
Our the concert with um with Sean and Boy Toy.
Yep,
I mean that's not out there anymore. So it sucks. But I mean I didn't they messaged us and told to say they were gonna take it off. I didn't really have a place to put all those live videos. So I guess they just live on in our memories, I guess.
that's
Um,
crazy.
so I was gonna say, I mean, because we've been talking for a good
I know.
shit
Listen, we got to get to the
50
point.
minutes
Okay,
now.
so
So let me ask you this one because I
okay,
know you got one because I think we could probably close up. Let me ask you this one. I want to kind of circle back to what we did 2 weeks ago when we was talking about um the issue of people just being mad with women for like no reason. And I know at the time you kind of mentioned Aisha Curry and stuff like that.
oh my
So
God,
I actually sat because that's back in the news even higher now.
yeah,
Because between these past 2 weeks, at some point, Killer Mike said something on I think Shannon Sharp's podcast, Club Shay Shay about them, and then, no, he said it beforehand, but then when he was on his show, he actually apologized for saying something for whatever he said. I never even went and looked at what he was saying, but I spent time today looking at the Caller Daddy podcast, which is what those comments came from. And she actually recorded this show, I think, in August. So why it all of a sudden got traction within the last 2 to 3 weeks, I don't know.
even Godfrey
Um,
wrote, did a Godfrey made a post about it too, or whatever.
did he? I actually like him as a comedian. Did he?
Yeah,
And I just So I sat there today. I mean, I made a point to sit there and watch that episode today before we did the show. And this woman said nothing wrong. I mean,
no,
she legitimately said, I know how social media works.
take a little
People,
snippet
they
and
take
blow
it
it up.
and they run with it. And
Mhm.
people, even to this day, we all know that's what happens. Majority of us knows that's how this works. But I also understand that even though the majority of us knows that's how this works, there's a big segment of people that don't know. For whatever reason, they don't know. So that one clip is everything. It don't matter if it's
Listen,
real, fake, AI, or anything. That one clip is what it is.
it's crazy because I get that second part. Like people really don't know how to separate entertainment from real life because a couple years back, the lady who plays Angela off of Power, like the
Yeah,
cop
yeah.
that he fell in love with,
Uh huh.
she was getting like harassed in real life because of her character on Power.
Lawrence that played on Insecure, he would get harassed in real life because of what he did on the as a character on the show Insecure. He got harassed in real life, and it's just like people say all the time that they like we live in this space where we want our celebrities. I'm not gonna say we because I don't care, but people
Yeah,
want their celebrities to be more open and be more accessible. And obviously, social media has allowed these things. But why the fuck would you? Like, why would I? Why would I? When like again, I watched this podcast today, which I have never watched Call Her Daddy, but I wanted to see the whole comments in full, the whole
me
interview. This woman went from talk, and let me say this too. I'm not the biggest fan of Aisha Curry, not because of anything personal, but just because in the 2016 finals, it felt like she always had something to say about the city of Cleveland. She was mad because they couldn't get in an arena fast the one day because I think Beyonce and Jay-Z were coming in and they shut everything down, back there where they come in at and stuff like that because it's, I don't know, fucking Beyonce and Jay-Z. You know what I mean? But she was talking about, oh, well, we got treated horribly in the stands. Oh, well, fans are going to be fans and they're going to do dumb shit. And I'm pretty sure there are people from other teams that have come to their arena and the same thing has happened to them. So that's why I'm not the biggest fan of her. But I had no problem with her being on the show and being like, you know what? I didn't know that she was 22 when her and Steph got married. So they were both really, really young.
yeah.
And people took the comments of her saying that she didn't think that she would ever be married or have kids and took that and ran with it. Like, I'm sorry. Who got their whole life figured out in the early 20s? How many people have sat there before and sat and been like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I graduated high school at the age of 18 and thought I was going to work with computers somehow. I was going to be a computer science major and all this other shit and do it. I'm so far from that right now, from what I thought I was going to be at that age. So y'all looking at her and judging her because she pictured her life being a certain way. Why? And I mean, everything she talked about. her meeting him, they met in church when they were like 13. She always had a crush on him, things like that. They, and it's just like out of all of that, you took that she was trying to disrespect her husband. Like
Oh,
people
yeah.
are people are mad because once again, like we talked about a couple of weeks ago, like how dare a woman says that, oh, I thought about wanting to do this with my life, like she, because she thought about her life outside of the fact that she should be a wife or she should be a mother. Like the audacity of people to sit there and just be like, oh, you're a woman, you have to do this.
Yeah.
It irritates me as I just sit back and watch people talk about these types of things. Like she can't be a person, so she was wrong just because, oh, I never really thought about being a wife. And so now she's married for however many years now. Except they got married at 22. I'm guessing a good probably 15 years or so at the very least, because
Mhm.
Steph is about 36-ish, 36 or 37-ish. So I'm guessing coming up on that. Y'all got 4 kids. She talked about how she loves being a mom and stuff like that, but she never saw it for herself. What's wrong with people? Like, what is it that we have to? And I'm just gonna say we, but society looks at women and it's just like, you are not even a real person. You can't have a thought,
It's
you know?
expectations. It's expectations because if we talk about you being a black man that came out of East Cleveland, you shouldn't have clear enunciation for your words. You shouldn't be living in a house. Like, it's a lot of things that just out of pure expectation of what people think it should be like. And
I mean, I guess
I
so.
think I was talking to I don't know if I said this on the last pod or not, whatever, but, like, one thing that makes I'm sorry, I'm scratching it on the mic right there. But one
No, I didn't
thing
even hear it.
okay. One thing that, I think sets me apart from a lot of people is the fact that I don't have that much investment in being right about everything I say or talk about. Like, I'm
Mhm,
okay with being wrong. I'm okay with thinking differently. A lot of people are not. A lot of people have to be right. A lot of people will defend and be loud and wrong, and they gotta look a certain type of way, present a certain type of way. But that's that social media mentality. You know what I'm saying? That where everything has to be liked. I have to be palatable. I have to fit. And I think once any inkling of Aisha being unhappily married came out falsely, people ran with it. People ran with it. So her speaking on
mhm,
anything, even when it's in the context of being, "Hey, I actually, like, didn't see this for myself," whatever. I'm not saying that I don't want it. I'm not saying I'm not
mhm.
grateful for it. I didn't see it for myself. It
Yeah,
has to fall within that narrative of the expectation that everybody has made her to be an embarrassment to Steph Curry, which is not the
mhm.
case. Do you
Or not
think
thankful
at
for the
any
life that she
capacity
lives.
that she would put her entire livelihood at risk saying some stuff like that on a podcast that she's not even probably getting any money for? I don't know. I don't know how it works.
Mhm.
But I'm just saying whatever, like, why would she say out her mouth something that her husband would find offensive on the back end?
Yeah, yeah,
Like, Steph knows his wife. Steph knows
yeah,
that woman in and out, up and down, and I'm pretty sure that the same way that she's growing as a person and being honest, a lot of people weaponize others' vulnerability, and that's the issue that we have within our culture. For you to sit there and tell me your shortcomings gives me ample opportunity to put that in the clip, throw it in a gun, and as soon as you say something I don't really particularly like, I'm lighting you up.
yeah, I get it.
People weaponize others' vulnerability all the freaking time. She having a vulnerable, honest moment, and and instead of understanding it and just putting it as that moment, like we had said, people don't know how to separate situations. Like, if you told me about how this woman was talking to you crazy and all this stuff or whatever at Chipotle, why would I invalidate that experience because you're a husband and you've been around females and then you should have handled it better, this and this and that, whatever. Like, you're the issue. It's not the fact that she almost smacked you for no fucking reason. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm,
Like, you
mhm.
have to always try to prove your perspective with past situations. That's the reason why a lot of stuff doesn't die once it's a narrative. Like, it just doesn't. And that's the reason why uh, Lawrence off of
Insecure.
Insecure is still living those you know, harassing situations or whatever because people don't let stuff be what it is in that moment. It has to go viral. It has to stay a thing. It has to, like, they have to binge this narrative.
Mhm.
And it's crazy because it's the most toxic and dangerous thing that as a culture we have allowed to happen. Is weaponizing somebody's vulnerability,
Mhm.
not letting Black women have their own individual experiences and just a neutral, forget positive or negative, just in a neutral space. Like, to be a Black woman and not fit in a box that most people think you are supposed to be in
Mhm.
and have to just defend who you are authentically yourself is crazy to me. Like, it's insane.
Yeah. And I wanna say too that stuff like this, I know I went in hard. Well, I ain't gonna say hard, whatever. I wish I had put the one clip that was created. I wish I would have put do it on the Instagram, um,
You
of us
still
talking about
can.
this last time. Yeah, but I probably will.
I'm
But,
about to say you still can and then load this up.
yeah. But, it's also not just men though, because, like, on the flip side, um, Simone Biles, the gymnast, the Olympic gymnast,
Yeah.
you know, there are a lot of women, mostly Black women, who don't like her husband. And they don't like her husband because of the fact that after they started dating, he was on a podcast or something similar, or in an interview, and he said that he didn't know who she was. Whenever they had first met, or whatever, however it worked out. And people just couldn't believe that he didn't know who she was. And I would honestly say for a while, I was thinking like, yeah, you got to know who she is. But then I started thinking about it like, I'm a way bigger sports fan than some people because I watch a million different things. You know, there could be somebody I know right now who could be a huge sports fan, but may not watch tennis. So I may know way more tennis people than that person knows. It doesn't mean they're not a sports fan, but you just don't focus on tennis. Or I
Yep.
watch more golf than this person does. So I can see a golf person, like, oh, that's so and so, and they won't know. So it is conceivable that a person who, even though he's an athlete, a person who doesn't, because you got to think about it, gymnasts only come around when it's Olympic time, tech in a sense. So there could be a person that could not know who she is, believe it or not, but there's a bunch of women who don't like him because of those comments, and also because he said that he was surprised, and people hated him saying that he was surprised. We talked about it on the pod before, me and Devin,
I think he was
and
trolling,
Playboy.
but yeah.
Yeah, I honestly think he was trolling with that too, to be honest. Um, but whenever things get posted about them, they are all in the comments, just going at them and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Even to the point that Simone has said herself, like, "Yo, this is my husband. Leave him alone." They don't respect her enough to sit there and be like, "Hey, she loves him." You know,
She happy.
every she's happy. Let's celebrate this Black love. We talk about all the times about
Uh-huh.
Black men who are athletes getting white women and stuff. These are two Black people who are together and
Yep.
obviously in love here for each other. And y'all can't stand him because of a comment he made on an interview once. And they are waiting for something to happen for them to not work, so that as soon as it doesn't work, they could go run to the comments and be like, see, I told you, I told you, I told you. So it's not just Black men that do this. It happens on the other side of it too, where people do this thing where they look at people, look at celebrities, and you want to interject yourself into their lives. Like, I got this, like, it's like there's this big news flash. Hey, they don't give a fuck about y'all. Y'all ain't in their bed when they go home at night. I mean, like y'all making all these comments about all these things and all these long commentary post and long dissertations you're putting on Twitter about this stuff. These people don't care. They don't care. And this is
And
like,
that's the reason why I don't understand why more people are upset about Future's son name being changed than Future is.
changed. I ain't even heard Future speak on it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Offset ain't said nothing about Cardi moving on or nothing like that or whatever. Like, and
I heard
then
s-
what he say?
I heard something on the radio today about Offset where supposedly reports started leaking out that I guess their divorce is starting to be finalized now, and Cardi's having to pay him money.
Yeah,
I'm guessing.
And
I guess she was more worth more than him, I guess.
I think that's the
Um,
most bitch ass shit ever. I
oh,
don't
I do
care.
too.
I
Oh, I
don't
do
care.
too.
I don't care. I
I do
think that's the
too.
most bitch move ever because you cheat and you supposed to be paid that you broke up your family. And I feel like that's the reason why he never stopped. Because
Mhm,
inevitably she would have to pay alimony.
mhm.
So you never wanted to stop because you know at the end of the day, whatever you still gonna do whatever you want to do and you're gonna get alimony. That's
And
some
you gonna
bitch ass
make out
shit.
on it. Yeah, and women do it all the time. So, I mean, so it's just like, it's
But do women
people.
cheat and then get alimony?
No, I wouldn't say that much. I'm just saying
I mean, they get
there are
alimony.
women
They
there are people
definitely because
there are
Jeezy's
women who get
ex wife.
married there are women who get married knowing that they're going to not be in it 100% and
Yeah,
that marriage or that child is just your avenue to a payday.
no, for sure.
That
Don't get me wrong.
happens.
That happens, yes. But to cheat and still get paid alimony is insane.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah,
Like it's
and it's a
one
lot
thing for you to have a
mhm,
baby to rely on your livelihood or whatever. But I think what was it, Erica Mena from Love and Hip Hop? Her divorce got final with Safari, and he don't got to pay no child support.
mhm.
How? But hey, look, I don't know. I don't know. They got to get better lawyers, um, but yeah, it's crazy because like if you think for 1 second that these people read your comments specifically
And be
about
like, "You know what?
your
You
opinion about their life,
Yeah. You know what? I was chilling today, but DJ Brainstorm for You said something on Instagram today that just really touched my heart. That don't happen.
no. And so it almost exposes people and their way of processing like legit life very fucked up because
Mhm.
who is it? Philly Whedon. He always posted some type of rage bait.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm like, why, sir? Like you are
I
great
feel like
as
it's
far as
just
like
for
training,
engagement.
motivate. Why
Yeah,
do you have to be messy like this on social
yeah.
media? It doesn't make sense. But he had like this one video post where it was a guy who was packing up and leaving his wife because something crazy or stupid or whatever. And it's like, why can't people like take this for what it is? It's rage bait. You think a husband
Mhm.
perfectly set up a camera that he has no they don't know the camera they don't know the camera is filming him right now.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And this moment is being captured, uploaded to social media, and
Yeah,
then the stuff like why? It's rage bait. And I'm
yeah,
so disappointed in females who basically pander to this bullshit. They probably be OnlyFans to get paid for it, but you know, stop.
yeah.
Like
No, I get it.
the whole you go out to dinner and like all the girls talk about, oh, I'm gonna get a extra meal for my kid to go. Like I took you on a date, I didn't take your kid out, this and this, that, whatever. Or you or
Yeah.
them bringing kids on a date. Like stop playing. Like this stuff is not real life. Like can y'all not be so easily manipulated
Yep.
and provoked?
Pulling up on a date with your best friend and all that stuff, and and we gonna record
Or it's
this
a
now,
birthday
or
dinner and
yeah.
it's Carlisha birthday dinner and you got to pay for everybody.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, so and so didn't have money. Oh, my friends came and they thought that he was gonna cover it. Your friends is fresh out of fucking luck.
And having a whole gang of people split the total of the bill. Why?
Mhm.
If you sit up there ordering appetizers and making a freaking steak sandwich, why I gotta split your costs? That don't even make
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and then I hate the whole, oh, she using him for a free meal. Sir, do you think that I don't eat when I'm not around you?
No, I get
Do
like
you
we
think
talked about
other
this last
people
time. That
feed me
happens.
when I'm not sitting in front of you? A free meal, using somebody for a free meal, I will call my homegirls because they the one that got the bread. I'm gonna get a
Yeah.
meal. I'm gonna get an appetizer. I'm gonna get a drink. I'm gonna call my
But
homegirl
it's
and do a free meal.
but I honestly do believe there are some people who are some people who still sit there and be like, you know what, I can go out with so and so, and yeah, he's gonna cover everything, so basically it is like a free meal, a free night out, or something like that. And I
Because
do
that
think
dude
that
has no
happens.
self confidence and he has to
But
pay
that's
a woman
That's
for
on
her
the guy
company.
sometimes
If
to
it's a
not be able
meal,
to
it's a
read the
meal.
situation. Yeah, don't for a guy that if you can't read the situation and you haven't been able to determine at some point that this woman only goes out with me for whatever, it's almost like even on the flip side where there's been times people or whatever that you might deal with the woman, but you never take her out. You never take her out. Like you only ask her to come over to the crib, or you only ask her
Listen,
to come over at a certain time of night. At some point, ma'am, if you can't realize that you only a booty call and nothing else,
hello.
then God damn it, that's on you. And for the guy who goes out with someone and all you ever do is take her out, but she'll never come over, or y'all never do anything else other than you taking her out to eat, then sir, you are a meal plan.
And let's be honest. As far as a free meal goes, start a business, get an LLC, and that dinner could be a freaking tax write-off. People do it all the
All the
time.
time. All the
People do
time.
it. People, like wealthy people, I'm saying people because both black and white, wealthy people do it all
It's a
the time.
business dinner. It's a business dinner.
Exactly. Exactly.
All you gotta do is keep the receipts.
It's a write-off at that point. So
Yeah.
you worried about that free meal, it could be a write-off. You could have ate for free too.
Yeah, but most people ain't doing that. But yeah, but again, I do
But I'm
think
just
there
saying,
are a lot
whatever,
of
you
people
can't
who still
complain when
do it.
there's a solution for it. And then like
Mhm.
I seen this one post or whatever. It was talking about how if women would just keep their legs closed, it wouldn't be cheater. So you mean tell me that we can negate all male self-discipline and because a woman opened her legs to you, she forced you to cheat. So
Hey,
out of all the things that women can force a man to be, you think cheating is
I'm
the
with my guys on
most
this one.
on a prior like on the list of things I can force a
I'm with
man to
my
be. You
guys
think
on
a
this one. Black
cheater?
men don't cheat. Black
Listen,
men don't cheat.
they can't
I'm
be
with my
forced to be
fellas on this one.
fathers. They can't be forced to be husbands. But they can be forced to cheat if women just keep their
Hey,
legs closed.
hey,
Unfortunately, not to be too dark about it, men take stuff all the time. Pillaging cooch is not far off y'all freaking history. And I say y'all as men. Like
mm,
you used to hit a lady over the head, drag her in a cave, and have your way. That has not stopped. Y'all just more crafty, unfortunately.
I mean, I know what you mean. Yeah.
So it's like that is not the solution. Self discipline is a thing. Like I from the pot of R&B, the first one where I had the and I was posting my like Rihanna with my dress between my. He said I had this one person come to my DM. Why do you post stuff like that, knowing that men are going to automatically think of sex? I don't care what men think about automatically because of a picture. Because guess what? When I was in college and I was wearing t-shirts, sweatpants, and fucking hoop shorts with flip flops and a scarf on my head, they were still thinking the same thing. I literally walked up past the table, and when you went to wash, if you was black, you was an athlete. I literally walked past the table full of football players who were black, and they said to me, "I don't know why you wear all that baggy stuff. We can see right through that. We know you got ass." Literally.
Mm,
So it doesn't matter what a woman wears. If you have that type of perspective for women, that's what you're gonna think about regardless. And I hate even the concept of women being bashed for wearing bonnets and pajamas in public. Yes, it's very tacky.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I get all that. But when you are always told it's your fault about how you present yourself, the reason why men handle you a certain type of way, let me look the least attractive period.
Man,
So
that don't
that's
stop
something.
men.
What?
That don't stop men from talking to you.
But I'm just saying, like
I see
when
women
you
all the
are
time talking
told,
about being out bummy and men still trying to talk to them.
I know. Trust me, it don't weed off everybody. But when you are told as a female, it's your fault because you got this going on, you showing skin. Well, let me water myself all the way down. Let me wear this bonnet. Let me wear this t-shirt. Let me wear this pajamas. Let me be the least attractive. Still gonna get the same type of stuff.
Mhm.
So it's like, no matter if we dress sexy, no matter if we dress bummy, it's still the fact that you feel entitled to have this perception of women as a
Yeah.
man. It don't matter what the woman does or don't do. She could be a church going lady. You still gonna sexualize her.
I mean, them Bible thumpers. No, I'm
So
playing.
again, it's not the woman, it's literally the person who lacks self-discipline and respect. And I feel like self-love is the only way we make this world better. Because if you have
Yeah.
enough love for self, you don't handle everybody else that type of way. Do unto
Yeah,
others
we
as you would
talk
have them do unto you.
I see it a lot where it's like, you need to teach the what's the term they use, like dick discipline. Like you have to teach that where it's just like not everybody is out here for your pleasure. Not everybody's meant for you to sit
Say
there
it.
and for you to be like, "Oh, I can do this with her or I can sleep with her." Like it don't work that way. It just don't work that way, and there's a more than a few million people in this world, women in this world that don't want your ass. I mean, don't want you. There's more people in your city who don't want you than do. And
I'm
and
telling you.
and and you gotta get over it. That you men have to get over this thing, some men, not everybody. Okay, there are men that have to get over this thing that every woman wants me, or if I just say this, I should have her, or I should be able to. No, you shouldn't. No, you can't. That's not how this works. It's not how it works. That's not life.
And on top of that, it's like you project a woman, like you project how you would handle situations on that woman, and that's not the case. For example, I feel like the reason why a lot of women who are financially stable get attacked is because a lot of men, a fair amount, I'm gonna say a lot, but a fair amount, feel like money gives you the reign to do whatever you want to do. That's why a lot of broke dudes don't cheat unless you're a homosexual and you need a place to stay. But I feel like when you have a certain status and you have a certain amount of money, you feel like you could just do whatever you want to do. And because a woman has that type of money, you think she's doing whatever she wants. And not the case. Not the case at
Mhm.
all. Like even with single women, like a guy may project that I'm out here doing any and everything with any and everybody. No, it's almost been 2 years. I don't have outside action like that. If I'm not in a relationship, I'm not doing it. But because when you're single as a man, you're out here doing any and everything. You think that's the same thing I'm doing. No. And then even the perspective of passport bros. So basically, you go to another
Them dudes is
country
insane.
where your money is dumb long and you feel like you can do whatever you want. You're still paying, sir. You're still
Mhm.
paying. It doesn't matter. You talk about gold diggers in America and then go be a consensual sugar daddy over across the what is it? Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're
You're right.
paying. You're paying.
Yeah.
And it's like, do guys really do have a delusion about this exchange. And it's so crazy because if you would just let all that stuff go. I y'all like them. I hate that he passed away. I don't celebrate that, whatever. Kevin Samuels
Nah,
did a number on men's mentality.
nah, that wasn't my guy.
A lot of
I'm not
people
going.
took his his his
Yeah.
his work out of context.
Yeah,
These
I'm not
red
gonna sit
pill
there and
men, oh
yeah,
my god.
yeah, I'm not gonna sit there and act like he didn't say some things that made some sense at times.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
I mean, obviously he did, but he wasn't my guy. I think that was the only time me and Dev actually kind of even got in an argument on the pod once. We were talking about something with Kevin Samuels, and we was actually kind of sitting there, like actually voices kind of. I don't even know if it was the argument, but actually voices kind of raised, whatever. That's like the only time I think that ever happened with me and Dev because it's just like he wasn't my guy like that. I mean, again, he made points that was rooted in common sense, um, a lot of them, but, it was too many people who reveled in the low-hanging fruit part of things. Like, there were times that you knew again, common sense. Like, we know, ma'am, that if you're out here with 5 kids, with 5 different baby daddies, that you can't be looking for a man that makes $1 million a year. Like, we understand that. Um, and people
But why can't
like
she? Why can't
Oh,
she?
okay, she can. You right. You can.
But I'm just
Let
saying
me know when
whatever
you find her.
the likelihood, if y'all wanna roll on likelihood,
Yeah,
yes,
but let me know
I
when
get
you
that.
find her.
But like, why should she? I don't care if my pickings is
Knock
so
yourself out.
slim that it's a frog hair for the one that I want. I'm waiting. I'm cool. Because like let's be
Knock
honest,
yourself
whatever.
out.
Like I don't get I get the whole five, but that's not every single mother, and I hate that part of it. Just because she has
Mhm.
multiple kids does not mean she has multiple baby daddies. Not to mention
No, I
how
was just
many
using an example.
guys,
Yeah.
how many guys will tell you. I was on a black singles Facebook group, and I asked them, "What do you want a woman for?" Do you know a lot of them said just to have my kids? So you get with this lady who think that you want to be with her and you just want a kid out of her. So you want her to be a single mom. Like love bombing, breadcrumb, all that manipulation is real
Uh-huh,
things.
uh-huh,
Unfortunately, guys move faster than women can catch up with the whole facade, you know? And I'm not painting the women out to be victims. I'm not painting men out to be like these villains. You know what I'm saying? But let's be honest, a lot of these guys weren't who they say they were to even get her. And they say it all the time. They admit that they lied to these women. Yet
mhm,
we don't hold them accountable for shit. We don't. Like and I feel like the two things that cripple us the most is the participation war mentality, but also the inclusion mentality. If you know a dude has horrible character flaws, why do you let him be around you?
mhm.
If
Everybody.
you was to literally, if you was to literally allow these fuck niggas to alienate themselves and not have nobody around them, it'd be easier for women to spot, hey, I probably shouldn't fuck with you. I'll tell you right now, one of my like dating things is you gotta have a village. As a man, you have to have people around you. And I'm talking about I don't even have to be your family, but you have to have quality people around you.
Mhm,
Because if don't nobody fuck with you, wash it out. If you don't have nobody that in 2 o'clock in the morning your tire go flat and you can't call at least 5 people that'll come and get you, why should I fuck with you? When don't nobody else value your presence like that. Value as a person. You
mhm.
have no merit, but you're horny. Hmm.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do that. I mean, but no, but I get what
That
you're
was my
saying,
little
no.
tangent.
No, no, I mean, I honestly get what you're saying. I mean, people, um yeah, yeah, I'll just leave it at that because you actually put a pretty good bow on it, to be honest. So, I'll leave it at that. Do you wanna get into the topic that you brought up? Because I know, um, we can because I mean, we obviously we're coming up on an hour and a half, but we can because I don't wanna take the risk of your
Man, listen,
phone
this
dying or
conversation
anything
be
like
so
that.
good. We
So,
could roll like four
yeah,
hours, man. Let's just talk until
yeah,
midnight.
yeah, okay, yeah. We ain't gonna do the midnight, but yeah, so let's get into the one you talked about, so we could
So
end it on that one. So
oh
hopefully
for sure.
we don't, yeah.
So speaking of dating, I'll just do the dating. I'll show the kids. Uh, uh, let's do the kids.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a little bit of both. So you are married, you are a father. Do you allow the opinion of people who aren't married or isn't a father? Do you listen to their opinion?
You asking?
Yes.
Um, yes, because first, like when it comes to the marriage thing, I'm still so new in it. So
Okay.
I listen to people who have been married longer than me
No,
about
they're not
things.
married.
Okay.
People who are not
Um,
married. So they single, not even in a relationship. Do you allow their
um,
opinion on marriage to hit your ears?
I mean, I can listen to it. I mean, I can make the decision on if I actually agree with it or not. But I mean, because it's one of those things where I feel people who are level-headed people can look at a situation and say, you take A and you take B and you put these together and this is going to be C. So they can look at a situation, say somebody's talking about something and be like, "Oh, I see why this happened because they're not invested in it, they're not emotionally invested in it. They're just
Hmm.
looking at something on the surface and saying, "Well, it seems like this happened because X, Y, and Z." So in that because that's like no different than having like a psychiatrist or something an opinion, who they're trained in conflict resolution or whatever it is that they're trained in as a psychiatrist, and they're listening to your situation, they're giving you advice, and even though they're not married, but that's their job. So I think people can be not in that situation and give you like solid advice. Now, it's where the emotional stuff comes in with it that you probably need to be like, okay, yeah, I can't listen to this person. Like somebody emotionally scarred from past relationships or something like that, or
Bitter. Yeah.
always
Yeah.
they always tend to lean a certain way. Well, women should only be this, or men should only do this, or men always. Then that's you probably shouldn't listen to that person. But if you got a level-headed person that just is just they're just a person that you can bounce ideas off, or something that happened, and they just give you unbiased like answers or something. I think you can listen to somebody like that, even though ultimately at the end of the day, some of your best advice is probably going to come from people who have been in that position before.
And I think, like, even though the person may not be married, they've been around people who are happily married.
And they've been
So
in relationships before too.
it's so my thing is, you don't have to smoke crack to tell me it's bad. I'll believe you.
Mhm,
So some
mhm,
things you don't have to be an experienced personal one to actually give sound advice.
yeah,
Especially when it comes down to parenting. And I say that because although people aren't biologically a parent, they've also been a child before. And they've
mhm,
had parenting. They've been on the experience side of parenting. So and then the other part was with the kids. So I think
mhm,
I sent you a video of the lady she's a wife and she found her husband's side chick's kid walking to school
mhm,
and basically told the kid that they know they mother, I'll take you to school and was taping the whole thing. And so she started asking the child about her husband. So there's a guy named such and such or whatever be over there, and the kid's like, yeah, he over there right now, or you know, what I'm saying? Like I think that's a lot further than anybody should go when it
yeah.
comes down to side chick situation. Leave the kids out of everything. Leave the kids
That's a different
alone.
level. That's a different
No.
level, and I know when you mentioned it before the show, I was like, throw the whole kid away because I'll be damned if I don't know how old the kid was. Obviously, the kid was old enough to kind of be walking to school on their own,
Mhm.
and I know as for us as kids, I'm from a different era, but we walked to school at a way younger age, you know. Um,
But we
hell,
also walked in groups.
we
We
walked
walked
in
in
groups with
groups.
neighbors and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Or I mean, I had brothers that I walked with, but I mean, it ain't like my parents walked me to school. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, um, but if your child is getting into the car with a stranger, throw the whole damn kid away. I mean, throw the whole. I don't know how old you got to be to sit there and be like, hey, you don't get in the
She
car with a
did say, "Is
stranger.
your mama named such and such?"
Don't matter.
The child said, "Yes."
If you have
"Oh, I
never
know your
seen this
mom."
person before, if you have never seen this person, throw the whole damn kid away because you've
She could
never
have
seen this
seen
person.
that person on so and so's phone if he
No,
always over there.
no, 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 no. But outside of that though, that's a different level of diabolical. If you're
Yes.
going to sit there and be that person who is going to pick up somebody's else's child to record a video, you
Yep.
know, I keep a couple things in the house um for situations like this because I'll be damned
Yeah.
if you gonna make a video like that's a
With my
different level of
kid in
touching
your car.
that's a different level of touching somebody
Yeah.
like you touching them. I mean, again, the level of diabolicalness of that because I had your child in my car. I could have did anything to this
Yeah.
child, but I just
I
let this
want you to
little
know how it can get.
right, right. I want you to know that if I wanted to, I could have touched this little motherfucker. I pause, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Man, I just let him go. I got a few of them in the house that is like, I got a couple of them in the house that's like, all right, they made for situations like this because you ain't gonna tell me
Yeah.
that you had my child all up in your car
Yeah.
for the point of a video. Oh, you about to get a pointer for something.
Yeah.
You
I
gonna
don't
get
I
that.
don't know. Listen, I would love an update on that situation, but baby,
I know what the update should be, and I'm not a violent
listen.
person. I'm not
I don't know
violent.
what city that was, but it need to be city remembrance page.
It needs to be. I mean, yeah, because that is insane. Like people also need to know. Again, this is that thing where we got too many liberties in this country. We got too many phones that give you too many access to things and all this other stuff because you decided to go pick up my child on their way to school and record this whole thing or whatever, yeah, nah, these devices and these things are telling y'all too much. They're making people too comfortable. They're because that one over there holds 16. You don't
Listen,
need all
and
16 of them.
you gotta realize who you deal with in that capacity too.
That's what I mean.
Like,
People
because
are playing. They are here
my
playing
like, there's
like
no
people ain't
way
gonna
I
touch
would mess with
you
a married man. No way I would mess with a married man because she said "to death do us part" and meant that. So whatever she on, inevitably
because
is gonna be whatever she on about that man.
if she took those words to heart,
That's what I'm
they
saying.
might
So
they might be
you
coming to
might not
fruition
wanna,
real soon.
and that's what I'm saying. Like that whole trying to normalize cheating come with too many different factors.
Mhm.
Like, it just does. It's too messy of a situation, especially when these aren't just individuals, these are parents of individuals. You know what I'm saying? Like, it throws a ripple in the pond, like, leave kids out of this. Speaking of leaving kids out of this whole Cardi B and Nicki Minaj beef, bro.
I haven't put enough energy into it.
I've
I
seen
thought
just a few
I just don't
things
feel
and
like I
I'm just
had to
like,
care.
why?
Yeah.
Why?
The thing that I think and I think it was Cardi's line from one of them. I know I saw this one somewhere. The whole thing about um your child's favorite word is what was it? Favorite color is 5. Well, what did she say or something like that? I think it was Cardi's. Was it Cardi saying that to Nicki or was it Nicki saying that to Cardi?
It was Cardi saying it to Nicki, I believe. Like, your
Okay, so
son's favorite color is 5.
yeah,
Because
so basically,
apparently Minaj's son is like a little bit slow.
yeah,
I'm gonna say it
maybe
like that. I
okay.
don't know specific diagnosis, but he's a little bit slow. And Cardi basically has said that Nicki is jealous because he's not hitting milestones like Culture.
Mm. And Culture is Cardi's kid, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's already, known that unfortunately Nicki does dibble with drugs. I hope she wasn't doing that when she was pregnant, but they kind of are putting those two
Yeah.
pieces together,
Yeah.
unfortunately. And I just feel like just leave the kids out of it. And I was
Yeah.
hoping that it came out that Nikki Page was hacked and she was just somewhere off in a foreign country. She ain't got a reception. I was just hoping that it wasn't really her saying all these things. She even
Oh,
came at Beyonce. She even came
bless
at
your heart.
Beyonce on some crazy stuff.
Yeah, Beyonce and
I'm
Jay-Z again. Bless your heart that you thought that she might have been hacked. Nicki was high.
I
That's it.
know.
I mean, that's it. Nicki wasn't hacked. Nicki was high. I ain't okay, I'll say allegedly, so we feel better about it. But come on. Come on.
I know.
Come on.
And it's so
But
sad because to crash out like that, you are saying things and putting stuff out here that will never go away.
yeah. And Cardi was minding her. I mean, I only saw like the beginning part of it. It seemed like all of a sudden one night Nicki just started putting stuff
Because she
online,
had just dropped
whatever.
her album. Cardi had just dropped her
Yeah.
album.
Yeah. And and all of a sudden, and I remember Cardi. I guess Cardi's first post back was like basically like what the fuck is like where's this coming from or whatever. And then I know it spiraled after that. But Cardi got to be careful too because Cardi is still pregnant, and and that whole thing of talking about people's kids and stuff like that comes back. Like I'm a karma person, and
Yeah, yeah.
I don't have it in me to be talking about somebody's child. I think that's crazy to be talking about somebody's child when you pregnant yourself and you don't even know what the outcome
But
of your
it was
child
a
is going to
rebuttal.
be.
I'ma say this though, it was a rebuttal.
I mean, I get
Nikki
it. You
started the
brought
whole
it.
kid stuff first. However,
I
even
get
what
it. You
Cardi
brought
had
it to
said
my
in
doorstep.
response wasn't even what Cardi said in response wasn't a dig. It was more so an acknowledgement of situations and circumstances. She didn't project or make up anything nobody wasn't aware of.
Yeah. I mean, I get it, but still, I'm not going to it ain't in me to be like,
Yeah,
"All right, I'm gonna
trust
talk
me.
about your little uh your challenged child."
Yeah.
Um especially while I'm carrying the child. Yeah, I ain't going to do that.
But Cardi even has said whatever. I'm just gonna say this and be done with it because I still have endorsements. I'm not trying to, risk being dropped from. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
she was very PG about the exchange. However, with
Not
Cardi
when you
being a
say somebody's
mom,
favorite
Cardi is
color is 5.
girl, man, Cardi's a mom. And we already know Cardi bars none about her kids. So you knew what would get a rise out of her. Because let's be honest, Nicki talked about Beyonce and her husband. Nicki ain't talk about Blue, Rumi,
Yeah.
none of Beyonce's kids.
Mm. Rumi and Circus. They say what I forgot which one is the girl Rumi and Circus. Yeah, whatever. But they always say that
Rumi
the
is the
little
girl.
boy.
Sir is the
Okay,
boy.
so, okay, and they always say that they think the little boy may have something going on because you never really see him. Like you'll see Rumi out with Jay and Blue at football games, the Super Bowl, whatever, but you never see Sir. And so the speculation among people was that he has something going on. Could be anything, so I'm not gonna speak to and name any things, but that's the speculation in the world. Um, but yeah, I mean, leave people's kids alone. And again, this goes back to what I was saying earlier, almost to tie everything up, where it's just people want their celebrities to be accessible and to speak and to do all these things. But why would you? And people, the way people obsess over like Beyonce and stuff like that, why would I put my kids out there for y'all? People drug Blue when she first came out, talked about how ugly she was and all these different things and her hair and also why would you ever want to put your kids out there for these people who want to sit there? Hell, even Aisha Curry was saying in her interview on the podcast I was talking about earlier how when they had their first child, they were coming from somewhere and she was talking about she was sitting in the back of their car nursing their child and some random lady open and Steph was putting like a bike or something in the back of the trunk or whatever, and somehow some lady just opened up the door, opened up the door to the back seat of the car and was like, "Oh, I just wanted to see what the baby looked like." And she said she looked at her like she was crazy and like almost like screamed. And the lady was like, "Oh, you signed up for this or whatever." No, you didn't. Like literally, no, you didn't sign up and
Oh,
sit there and have people open
first
up
of
your
all,
door and
lady, you got your
invade your
ass whooped.
privacy like that.
I had a pop titty and pop ass immediately.
Yeah,
Immediately. I'm sorry, like, first of all, my husband is a celebrity.
yeah,
I'm his wife. I don't make no money being on nobody motherfucking TV, court, whatever. And I feel
yeah.
like at the end of the day, like me doing a comedy, I said it from day one. I'm not your kid's role model. If your kids hear any of my jokes, not my fault. Like, none of that. Because when I'm on stage, that's when I'm on the clock. When I'm off stage, leave me the fuck alone.
Hmm.
I don't care what I'm doing. I could be smoking hookah in the back of a club. Oh my God, you least smoke hookah. So why? Like even when they were talking about how Lil Wayne had his cup and with his, so who cares about that's his cup? He is walking to
Hmm.
Walmart. Leave him alone.
Yeah,
And y'all
living his
always
life.
talking crazy to this is the thing that pisses me off. Y'all always talking crazy to these celebrities. Try to
Like they ain't
provoke
gonna
them.
touch you. That's what I'm saying. Because
Like, leave them alone.
they think they gonna get paid if something happens or whatever. I mean,
They want to go
I think
viral
I think at
because it was
some
two
point.
big ass men following B Simone around not too
I
long
mean,
ago.
I feel like sometimes an ass whooping should just be worth the payout. I mean, like it is what it is, man. If I as a celebrity, if you fuck somebody up because they fucking with you, hey, it is what
I
it is. I
think
mean, it's worth the
therapists
payout.
should be able to write a prescription for ass whoopings. I think we're at that point.
Hmm.
A
Every
therapist should be able to write a prescription for a crash out.
Yeah, everybody should get a slap a nigga pass at least once a year because somebody asked for it. At some point, you should just
Yep.
be able to slap a motherfucker because
Just
they've been asking
as a
for it all
warning
year
shot.
long.
A warning shot.
Yeah. Hey, I've been telling your ass. Hey,
Hey, look, leave me
hey,
alone. Bow.
hey,
One
hey,
slap,
I've been
one
yeah.
slap.
Hey, everybody, and that's the problem. That's such a big problem with people nowadays. You can tell these people they've grown up in a society where you live on your phone. I was having this conversation with band director of Warren High School, Don Sean. And we were talking about the kids nowadays and how they live their lives for TikTok. There are people who have grown up in a space of all social media, all phone conversations, reactions, and things like that. And they don't understand that I might talk this shit online, but I might see your ass at the Walmart. I might see your ass at the corner store. And if I see your ass, it's on site.
They don't
And
understand that
they
concept.
and they've never been touched. They've never been punched in the face. They've never had that
Mhm.
happen because they live online. Everything is online. I talk
And
shit
they've had
online.
disappearance.
Yeah, all of that. I talk shit online and nothing ever happens, or we gang up on people, or people that ganged up on me. Like nothing ever happens. But see, this is real life. Because if I see you at some point, it's something
I
different.
don't see you.
Yeah. There's things that's happened in my life where I'm just like, and I always say I'm not a fighter. I'm not that person. But there's things that's happened with people in my life where I'm just like, yo, I know that if I see this motherfucker, like I know that much, and it's just like, yeah, that's I'm glad about being older now.
Li
Like that,
Man,
being older
I'm so
now.
glad that I have myself together. And the thing that helps me the most stay in the pocket is the fact that I can't give you that accolade
Hmm.
because I've overcome so much bigger. I've overcome so much more. I can't give you the accolade that you got my table shaking like that
Hmm.
because you don't matter that much for real.
Yeah,
You
I get
really
it.
just don't. And if you want to see how this can unfold for you and you want to take it there, I'm going to drag you. Like, we could do that. We can definitely get there. I'm going to drag you. Just please know that out the gate. So don't do this to
Don't
yourself.
go there. Just
I'm
don't go
telling you
there.
right now, especially like when it comes down to jobs. I'm only on this clock for 40 hours. There's 128 hours left in a week that I can find you and give you what you want.
Hmm.
Please don't think and
And
I'm literally the youngest of 15. What generation you want to smoke from? Because they all with it.
and
That's why I don't
I'm
post any type of beef or anything crazy on my Facebook or because I've had cousins and aunties and uncles hit me up like, "Hey, what's up with that?" Like nothing, be cool. Matter of fact, under the one picture when we was all in the group, whatever, Playboy had put the peace sign hovering over my leg, and my uncle commented, "Hey, where's in that?" Like they bars none about me. Why do you think I've never in the history of my social media put out, "Oh, fuck this person because da 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 da." Because unbeknownst to me, one of my 172 cousins
mhm.
might actually read into that and see about that person.
Yeah. People gotta let it go, man. People gotta start living in the reality of now.
Yeah.
And we'll see if they will. So, all right, let's wrap it up. We about an hour and I guess
Why?
40
We could
minutes
do
in.
20 more minutes so we can make it 2 hours.
Man, please.
And another
Man,
thing,
please. Um, do me a favor and let people know about your event again. Um, your comedy potluck, what day it is, where it's going to be, and how they can get tickets.
no, you say it right.
Huh?
Say it right.
What, the comedy potluck?
No, give him your
What?
shits.
Oh, hell. No, well, give them all your shits and your event information.
So the comedy potluck competition is Saturday, October 25th, 7 p.m. at the Four Bistro in South Euclid, Ohio. Follow me. All the information is there. It will be Stephanie Genesee. I'm gonna mess up her freaking name.
See?
Timbuktu, Robert Coleman, performing, and then we have our celebrity judges, which is Bougie Chocolate, infamous chocolate dancer. Um, ch- Dope. Um, we have BK Watts, visuals,
He's been on the show before.
podcast,
He's been on the pod
just dope.
before.
This
Or
artist, he
studio.
drew for Marlon when he was here, all just dope. Then we have celebrity guest judge DJ Brainstorm, storm.
I mean, rumor is everybody's coming just for me.
Yes,
Rumor is.
yes. So please, your tickets is gonna sell out because he's gonna be in the building.
Quick, quick.
And
I
then our
mean,
fourth
yeah,
judge and
yeah.
performer is Esther Fitz. Phenomenal singer. Oh my
Hmm.
God, just beautiful inside and out. And it's just gonna be a time, it's gonna be a whole vibe. Like, this is the perfect way, in my mind and in my opinion, you do comedy and music together. So
Okay.
that's Saturday, October 25th at the Four Bistro, 7 p.m. You can follow me under Eulise Dickerson on any social media platform. That's Eulise DICKERSON. My IG is public, Facebook private. So if you tune it in on DMST Podcast Network and you want to follow me on Facebook, just shoot me a message. Let me know that you tuned in from here, and I'll accept you because I do screen Facebook. I ain't cleaning that up. My IG is whatever. But and I got I'm actually going to Michigan Friday. Next stop comedy is Friday. Then I have Saturday. No, then I have Monday at the Grog Shop. It's actually a breast cancer awareness show, and the males
Okay.
are going to be performing topless. So, ladies, come out see that. I said, ladies, what you scratching your face up?
Yeah,
You a
I'm
man?
looking like, okay. I won't be in attendance for that one. I mean, but,
So I have Friday I'll be in Michigan, Monday I'll be at Grog Shop, Saturday the 25th I'll be at the Four Bistro. The beginning of November I have an event with Miss Portia Williams, promotions by Tara Williams. That's November 7th with Jay Jones. It's also a male review weekend. So Friday I'm doing a comedy show. Saturday is a male review. Later on in November
what's
I
up with all
have
these
the third
naked men
round.
around here?
Huh?
What is up with all these naked men around here? What is going on?
November 22nd, I have the third round of the comedy potluck competition. Um, and then I also will be in Pittsburgh at the end of November as well. So your girl busy. I got some things going
Busy.
on.
Okay.
Mm.
All right. Well, I don't have all that stuff to say, but remember the um R&B night at Bar One, so it's every other Tuesday. So again, I'll be back out there. I think on October 21st is what I said. That Tuesday. So we need to get a few more people out there, pull
I'm gonna
up,
come,
chill
even
for a
though I
little
probably
bit.
ain't off the next day. I'm coming.
Yeah, just tell people all the time, pull up, chill for a little bit, grab one drink or whatever. Um, you
I'm gonna
know,
grab two.
yeah, dope
Make
bartender. I mean,
more.
she remembers everybody's orders. You can tell she's been doing it for a long time. It's just like, you can come in there one week and order something and come back a month later, and she's like, "Oh, I remember you had this, the last
I'm
time."
that way too. I'm not gonna even lie.
Hmm.
I remember stuff like that too. So I should be a bartender. I think that's the next thing I'm gonna do is get my bar license. My bar be a mixologist. I'll be fancy.
Hey, go ahead. Go ahead. But yeah, so I always say follow me on I'm all social media, DJ Brainstorm, the number for the letter U. Um,
You
yeah.
it may be cloudy
Um,
today.
huh?
It may be cloudy today.
All right, I get there. But yeah, so DMST Podcast Network, on YouTube, that's where these videos are going. I think I'm still going to put them out on the Facebook too,
Yeah, do
just
that too.
because, there are people that follow us there that don't follow us on the YouTube. The YouTube just gives us the space to actually try to get to a larger group of people. So I'll actually have some clips from this out over the next week. Hopefully everything is 100 and solid with this one. This is the third one I've done now. So this is the second one with you, then the one with Dev. So if everything is solid with our recording, I'll get some of these clips out there. And then, so we'll catch y'all on the next one. We got some stuff coming up leading into this event. We want to talk to some of the comedians that are involved and things like that. So, we'll have some content coming out more this month. So stay tuned. As I said all the time, stay tuned to the DMST pages. It may not be the large pod as of yet, but stay tuned. You'll still have more content coming from us. So it may be cloudy today, but the sun will come out tomorrow. I can't believe you making me say this. So as long as you are here under the sun, you live your life to the best of your motherfucking ability. So again, I'm DJ Brainstorm for you on all social media, man. So we will catch y'all on the next one. Stop
The
dancing,
number
god
for the
damn it.
letter U.
Stop dancing, god damn it. We'll catch y'all on the next one, y'all. Peace, y'all. And remember to hang on, Ulysses. After I hit stop, we got to make sure everything uploads. So just hang on, y'all. So peace, y'all.
All right.